Static maps are great, but dynamic maps allow you to update the user's position and lets them zoom in and move the map around. Let's see how that's done. Now I'm going to be using Google's mapping APIs. You can get more information about Google's APIs by going to their Google Maps APIs section at this website. You can see that there's different versions of the Google Maps API. We're going to be using the Maps JavaScript API, which is right here. We've been talking about the Static Maps API, which you can take a look at right here as well. You may want to explore some of these other ones. First thing we need to do is adjust our style sheets to make Google understand how to draw our map in full screen mode. We also need to incorporate into our program Google's API script tag. It's a JavaScript call that's separate from our JavaScript that we've written in this program. I'm working from the file from the previous video, so I want to make sure I switch this back to the get current position instead of the watch position method. So I'm going to replace this. I've also turned off high accuracy mode. Now I need to change our show location function. You can see that instead of drawing a map by inserting some HTML into our map area, we're creating some variables to hold different types of information into our maps, and then we're finally calling the Google Maps API and specifying where we want the map to load to. Here is where we can determine the different functions that we want the map to display. So for example, we're telling this map to show a road map, to center it at the proper latitude and longitude, which we create right here. And we're also setting the zoom level. You can consult the Google Maps API page to see what other options are available to go in this section. I'm going to save this file and I'm going to pull it up on my iPhone so we can see the dynamic map. Now, as you can see, we have a map here that we can drag around, pinch and zoom, and we can even change the different map display types. Right now, the map has no marker. Adding a series of markers is a separate function with this API. We simply create a marker variable and assign it different options. Here I'm creating a marker that is at the current position that our map is centered around. If I refresh my map, I should see the marker come up on the screen. There's a lot more that you could do with maps using Google Maps API, so make sure you play around in Google's website to find out how you can do more complicated maps.